Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live trading room recap for Tuesday, April the 18th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of your trading room. This is the address to get in, and the room is live. I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and up to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I do share my screen all day long, and yes, it is free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas at all. Welcome all guests, and so come on, come all. All right, let's take a look at what happened with me today. Um, this sort of is a interesting for me because kind of blew this. Just 1 second, please. Just Okay. I kind of blew this one. Got into this one yesterday at 204, all right, and decided to hold this one. This is one actually that our CEO, Dan Merkin, had been talking about for a while. I waited a little bit longer than he normally does, and anyway, I got into the trade at 204, decided to hold it overnight. And a little bit of whippy action right off the bat, and then look what happened. I mean, it just popped all the way up to 247. Now, normally what I do is I would absolutely have traded some right out here. Unfortunately, I got a little bit seduced by this daily chart, and I thought, you know what, this really has a chance to completely motor, maybe get closer to 3. So, unfortunately, I did not take any out when I really should have, and I ended up taking some out at 220, on this downturn. I thought, man, oh man, I have to take some profit here. Held on, and so my original position at 204, and then on this little move here, I decided to add back my position at 214. So, sorry about that, at 214. So, we'll have to see what happens. But again, that's very unusual for me not to take some profit on it, especially on a. This happened within 10 minutes. This move here. So anyway, that kind of summed up my day. Excuse me, my day. Um, what else did I do? Yeah, OHRP was one that I traded early. High hopes for it. We saw this one yesterday. Take a look at the daily chart. Waiting for a $1 break on it. You notice that yesterday it came very close and didn't quite do it. And so I had set an alert for actually about 105, and it looked good. I mean, because again, you look at the void here. If it got even up into the 130s, that'd be a great percentage move. So get back to the 5 minute and. So on this move right here, what did I get in at? I got in at 108. Thought, okay, it looks like it's ready to roll. I had the pullback and then this move here. So I thought, okay, it tried over $1, didn't quite make it, came back over, took the trade at 108. Looked good. I really thought, okay, this is going to move. I actually was planning to sell some if it got into the 120s, and then it just stalled and came down, 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 down. Got out at $1, so took an 8-cent loss on that one. From Holly, now Holly had a bunch of that's the wrong one. KGJI. I have a tough time saying that one. This was a Holly alert at about 140, and I'd seen this one yesterday actually. Take a look at the daily. Thought this looks kind of interesting if it could break 150. It's already had a few days in a row up, but I thought if it could break 150, then it could attack that $2 on a percentage basis. I would take that all day long. So Holly gave the alert at about 141, and I sort of broke a little rule. I was going to wait for the 150 break. I didn't. I decided to take the trade, and I took the trade at 148, right about up here. And then I just decided, it was just taking way too long, wasn't doing anything, and sold at 146. So I took a little loss on that. ARNC was one that got in actually here. This was a short, and take a look at this. This is, I love this daily. Just a big down day yesterday after, like the sellers really took over. I mean, the buyers had it all over them, and then the sellers took over and drove it all the way down, and then this day today, something about the CEO, I don't know if his CEO was resigning or something like that. But at any rate, this looked excellent. I mean, you can see the void underneath. I mean, there's really nothing supporting it. So I got into this one at 24. 24.91 originally, 24.91 right here. Thought, okay, like the break below the whole number. And as it popped up, I got out of the trade at 24.99, took an 8-cent loss, reshorted it right here on this move down. Um, thought, maybe it'll, I don't know, give me 50 cents or so. Problem probably is that it's a pretty big float. 200, I think it's 280. I always forget to get the symbol linking going. But if I retype it in, I'm going to see what the float is. Yeah, 388 million in the float. So it takes a lot to move it. And bottom line is, got in at shorted at 24.80 again. Got down to 24.60. As it came up to 24.70, I got out and covered. So that is really, I guess my best one. I mean, it was pretty good. And this is a nice call by the way, this was a nice call by Real off the 23 break. Looked at this one again. Take a look at the daily chart. You'll see what I'm seeing here. Let's back it out a little bit. So look at this break right here, taking all this out. Big clearance. Thought, okay, this is probably going to be a good a resistance area, but it was far enough away. Got into the trade at 23.27. Let's get to a 5-minute chart. Got into this trade at 23.27. Saw all this action here. This is all the uncertainty. I mean, topping tails, bottoming tails, topping, bottom, top, little top, bottom. What? In case don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, here the buyers took it up, the sellers knocked it down. Buyers took it up, sellers knocked it down. In this case, the sellers knocked it up, knocked it down, and the buyers took it up. Here, there's like a real war going on. The buyers took it up, sellers knocked it down, the sellers knocked it down, the buyers took it up. So a lot of indecision right here. But when this happened, what did I get into it at? I got in at 23.27. So when this happened, I decided to take the trade. So I got in, right about here. Put a mark there. Got in right about here. And, got up to 23.81. Not too bad. I mean, not fantastic, but not too bad. I took some out along the way, 23.47, 23.66, and on the way down, 23.58. Real actually called this, was suggesting that this might hold. The 23, actually down here, 23 mark might hold. And it did, and had a nice bounce. So anyway, that is about it. Have to see what is going to happen with my SCON. I'd love to see it get back into this area here. It's encouraging. The trend appears to be a little bit up now. I think if we can take out 22, 23 and get into the 30s, that'll give people the confidence maybe to hold it. And I don't know what the catalyst was exactly for all this, but all I do is really just look at the daily chart, and this is what I'm seeing. So obviously there's not a lot of resistance when you do look left. All right, that wraps it up. Let's see. I think that's about it. Yep. Again, this is how to get into our room, and I do share my screen all day long. I usually open the room at about 8:45 Eastern Time, of course, and I start getting live on the mic at 9 o'clock, and I go up to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3 p.m. every day, I go over what I call my evening scan, basically looking at stocks that are up the most or down the most, up the most and down the most, with certain filters in place. And then what I do is we take a look at them, and then we check the daily. In fact, let me see if I can just bring it up without. Okay, there it is. So I think I'm okay. Okay, so yeah, there it is. So you see, what I'll do is I will take a look. I don't have my chart up right now, but I'll take a look at each one of these, check the daily and weekly chart just to see if there's any resistance, if I'm going want to go long, left. Now I'm not talking about taking it today. This one is, in fact, I would be watching this core, C-O-R-E. I think if I can just get a chart up, you'll see why. Just bear with me 1 second here. Elongate it just a little bit. So this is typical, Now, if I saw this, now somebody was saying that Raymond James has put a $39 price target on it, and that's the only reason this is up, which is pretty amazing. And the market's down today, but nonetheless, This is something that I'd be watching because just look at the void. Look left. So that's what we do is we basically take a look at each one of these, and like if I went to Cali, and it's probably not symbol link. So if I went to Cali, I'm just that doesn't interest me much. RMTI is interesting though. I've been talking about this a little bit. This is now has broken over the whole number here. And again, look left and there's a nice little void. So, but anyway, that's the exercise that I go through, and I do that at 3 o'clock every day. And we also look on the downside too, for potential setups that may be continuation on a downtrend. All right, that is definitely it. Again, the room is free. We welcome all. So, and we have just a tremendous, tremendous group of traders in our room. I mean, certainly, the idea of the room is not to listen to me tell you what to buy and sell all day long. Certainly, when I do take a trade, I post it and announce it. But there are just some great, great traders in our room. So I would definitely encourage you to come into the room. It is free. What have you got to lose? All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.